Hi everyone, it's Aleksandra from XTRF here. Welcome to my webinar. Let's maybe give a few more minutes to those who maybe will be a bit more late. So I'm here. I will mute myself for a moment and let's maybe start 4:05, and we will proceed with the webinar. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome again. I hope we have everyone who wanted to join us and could join us today. I hope you can all hear me and you can all see my screen. Once again, my name is Aleksandra. I'm a sales representative, business development manager here at XTRF. And today I would like to show you how XTRF can be used for as a sales tool. Which sales feature can you use in your daily activities? And let me present you with you our agenda for today. So I would like to show you XTRF from two perspectives: from a perspective of a sales representative and from a perspective of head of sales or business owner. We will start from the sales representative perspective, and we will go through such features like dashboard, and I will tell you how to easily manage daily work. CRM, we will see how to keep track of all tasks and customer relations. We will go through opportunities module. I will show you how to successfully manage your current pipeline. And we will also cover quotes module, and I will present you how easily we can create price proposals literally in a few clicks. Let me now show you XTRF, because this is the tool that we will use today. Starting from the dashboard, what I would like to show you is how easily you can see your daily work, how easily you can organize your tasks, your activities. What you can see here on my screen is the dashboard module of XTRF. Me as a sales representative at XTRF, I also use XTRF for our internal purposes. And this is just an example of how your dashboard can look like. I have different views here, so I can see my tasks for today. These are all the tasks that I created, reminders that I created in the system. I can also see my tasks for the coming week, so I can also very easily see what I have to do still this week. I also have my pipeline, my opportunities view. We will also comment this separately. And I also have a view of my open quotes. This dashboard is fully adjustable, so of course you can change layout. You can add different views here, different table with data, depending of course on what you need, which data you need to analyze every day and have in one place gathered. So it's very handy if you still, if there are our clients on a webinar, if you still don't use dashboard, I really advise you to do. It's a very handy tool, and it very helps you organize your daily work. Starting from the CRM, so my tasks for today, my tasks for the coming week, these are the parts of the CRM module that you can access from the sidebar. And again, here, what I can do, I can choose from different views. So let's focus on my tasks for today. I can, of course, apply different filters to search for different tasks. I can see priority of the tasks, categorize them by priority, by type, by any category, if you want to add a category to a task. And what else can you do in the CRM? Of course, you can send emails from the system to your client. You can send emails from a template, for example, to a mailing list of clients. You can add memo, you can register phone call conversation with your clients. You can also plan tasks and plan event. So these features, these activities help you, will for sure help you maintain good customer relations. For example, by easily planning reminders, and this is something that I would like to show you. Let's assume that the tasks, the task that we need to do is for today, for 4 p.m. and 10 minutes. And my task will be to create new client and opportunity. You can, of course, leave a description. You can also assign a person responsible. You can assign a category, priority, let's say this is really high priority, and status, if this requires action, if this is in progress, if this is completed or cancelled. You can also ask the system to remind you about the given task, for example, via email 15 minutes before. Of course, you can also add notifications to your colleagues. So whenever you're going on holidays, or you have a meeting, or you just can't do plan task, you can easily add a reminder for your colleagues to do that. That's why your client will not be ignored. Someone from your team will take care of the relations. And of course, you can also add associations with a certain project task. For us in sales team, that most probably will be association with a certain quote or with a certain client, right? And you can save such task. You will, of course, see it here in your CRM. Create a new client and opportunity. Sorry, I forgot to add client. And this is what actually we can do now. So you saw the part of the CRM. As for the planning tasks, you can also plan events. So the difference here is that in planning events, you can add the time frame when the event starts, when it finished. Of course, you can also export this view of your tasks to CSV file if you see such a need. And yes, I believe this is quite straightforward, and I believe quite handy, because you have all your tasks in one place, no more putting lists on paper. So I personally use it, and I also encourage you to do. Let's then take care of the first task on my list: create new client and new opportunity. This is what we will do now. So I will show you how easily you can create new client in your database, how you can create business opportunities, so assign a potential deal with this client, and relate it with quotes. So let's add a client to the database. And we will name this client, let's say, clothing company. I will just add email address, and the country, well, let it be France. And let's continue. Okay, sorry for that. Since we have a new client, we can also add a new client person to know whom we deal with. And in a clothing company, our contact person will be, of course, Coco Chanel. We already have our client in the database. In the main data, you can check that status of this client is potential, because what we in sales want to do, we want to prepare the best offer for this client and lead the negotiations. We would like to track it in the system as well. We would like our managers to know that we are in touch with this client, and that we are negotiating terms, pricing, and future cooperation. For that, it's good that we add new business opportunity. We can also do it from the plus shortcut, and we will name this opportunity just like a client, clothing company. And we will select the client and add opportunity. What we can do here, so this is how creating opportunities looks like. You have a summary, so you can add who's the client, when the opportunity was created, what's the expected close date. So I believe as a sales representative, I would like to close my deal with Coco Chanel and clothing company end of November. I can leave some notes and I can go to check the offers. So what you see here is the price proposal that can be created, and we can define here the estimated amount that we can gain from the deal with this client. Let it be just euros. Here I will just put a random date. Don't worry about it. I will just save it and we will proceed. So what you can see here is the, of course, name of this offer. We can also see a status of such offer and such opportunity. So yeah, let's say that we are on price proposal or just value proposition for this client. The probability of such deal will be 50%. And we would like to add quote for this client. It can be also very easily done. It will take us to a quote module. So let's say that clothing company needs us to prepare a quote for the new collection translation in two versions, so in two options. First, they want us to prepare the quote for just a basic translation with proofreading, and the second option is basic translation plus proofreading plus DTP. So for the first offer, we will just select a service basic translation, and we will name this quote content basic. Let's add it. As I said, you can do it literally in few clicks. This opens a quote, but you can see here some fields, but don't worry, we don't have to fill in all this information at this stage. What you need to have here is, of course, a client. When the offer was created, you can also define what's the offer expiration. We need to know the languages so the system can apply the relevant rate. So our language will be from French. We would like the translation to be set from French, let's say, into English. Process translation plus proofreading. This is what we can offer to our client. We don't need any files at this stage, of course. If your potential client sends you files, you can already upload them to the system. If you upload CAD analysis, XTRF can automatically calculate your receivables. But let's assume that this is just the first offer, an estimation of the offer that you would like to propose to clothing company. And we will just fill in receivables manually. But as I said, it won't be complicated. We will add a receivable basing on the information that the client gave us. So let's say they need to translate around 20,000 source words. And I will just enter this quantity. As you can see, the rate was here already applied based on the price list of this client for the service of translation and proofreading. Total agreed is already here. And if we go back to our opportunity, you will be able to see that this quote is already there. So let's go inside and check. Yes, our quote is already here, linked. What we can do is that everything is fine here. We can change the here that this is just basic, and we close that. As you can see here, we already have a total amount applied. The second offer that we would like to propose to this client will be a second option, so basic plus DTP, and this is exactly what we will do now. So we will add new offer. It will be basic plus DTP. We will just put anything here because the system will calculate it, apply automatically the amount once we prepare a quote. So again, the same thing. The only thing is that we change the service. So for this quote, we will use basic translation plus DTP. And again, we will directly go to receivables. And first to languages, sorry. So again, the same language combination pair. And now we can go to receivables. As you can see, there is new rate here for translation with proofreading and with DTP. So the only thing, we enter 10,000 source words for this project, and we save it. In this moment, both quotes should be already in our opportunity. And let's see if the magic worked. Yes. As you can see, our quote is already here linked. If we close it, the amount will be applied. In this moment, we have two offers that we can propose to this client. So both can have different probability, both can have different statuses. What I would like to show you now is how easily you can send both quotes to this client just with one click. That is, send email to client. Okay, let's see what happened in my email. As you can see, I also have one email as a project manager. I have received a reminder about creating new client and opportunity. And as a client, I have received an email. Dear Coco, please find attached quotes. All the quotes details are here attached. Both of them are in the attachment. And clothing company has an option to basically with one click accept or reject a chosen quote. As you can see, it's not very complicated, quite straightforward. Of course, you can link more quotes here, so you can create business opportunity with number of quotes, and all of them can be sent to your client in one email. And of course, directly from the email, your client has an option to accept this quote and reject. What's important, of course, if your client accepts the quote, it can be automatically converted into project. So I believe your production colleagues will be grateful that they don't have to do double work. What you enter in the quote, they will see in the project. So no double work in a company. Let me now show you basically how you can track your open opportunities. For that, of course, we use our opportunities module. In each of our modules, you have a number of smart views that you can choose from. I have created my own view that is my pipeline, my open opportunities. And here I can see a table with open opportunities that were created by me. I can't see here a pipeline of my colleagues. So I can see name of the client, expected amount that can be gained from the cooperation with this client, what's the status, what's the probability, what's the expected close date when I created this opportunity. So as you can see, I can easily check which potential clients can sign a deal with us in future months. And this is also a handy feature for your managers, but we will also discuss it in a moment. So this is the view of opportunities, but you can also browse your quotes. And for that, you can also go to quotes module and create your own view with your open opportunities. I have also created my own one. This is my open quotes. And here I can see all pending and sent quotes that were created for different clients. Of course, you can also change and modify these views if you would like to add some additional information to this table. It's an option to do that, of course, from the fields available in the system. But if there is anything that you would like to add here and is somewhere in the client profile in a quote, it can be added. And as I said, you can choose from different views. So this is an example of my open quotes, but there is also an option to see, for example, quotes waiting for client approval, quotes to be prepared. So you can create a number of smart views that you will use every day and will help you organize your work and prevent from, for example, missing requested quote or missing information that the client accepted or rejected a quote. Everything can be easily tracked in different smart views. I guess this is mostly what I wanted to show you from the sales representative perspective. So as I said, dashboard where you can see all that we basically covered today. So my tasks for today, tasks for the coming week, open pipeline, and open quotes. As for the CRM, also what I commented, I guess, was most important. So sending emails from the system, adding memos, adding reminders, planning events, assigning people responsible, and sending notifications, setting notifications to be sent as a reminders. So yes, I guess everything from this list was covered. Next thing I would like to comment with you is how XTRF can be used by a head of sales or business owner to help them manage pipeline, to help them make forecasts. So again, we will comment CRM, and I will show you how your head of sales, how business owner can easily track all sales team activities. We will also go again through the opportunities module, but now from different perspective. And we will also cover reporting module, and I will show you how to analyze sales team performance just in few examples. So let's go back again to, let's go back again to XTRF. And first thing I would like to present is how head of sales or business owner can easily track all the activities of the sales team. Again, you have a CRM module, and again, you have smart views. In smart views, you can create, for example, view that would be called CRM activities. So as a business owner, as a head of sales, you can create number of filters to be able to see what exactly your team is involved in, which tasks they are planning, which tasks they have completed. You have see a list. Of course, this is the very long list, but we can apply different filters to change it. So for example, you as a head of sales, you can check what were high priority tasks in your team, what needed to be done, what's the status. So here, as you can see, if I were head of sales or business owner, I would say that my team is always in progress because no tasks were completed yet. everything is in progress or requires action. Of course, you can also change the timing. So you can, for example, would like to see only activities this month. So this is the view that would show you all high priority activities in CRM this month. Or if we don't want to see a priority, basically all activities of your team. You can also change people. Here we have a list of the people in the team. So let's say this is a sales team, and we are only checking their activities. What else? What I believe is also a very handy feature, you can ask XTRF to send you reports on a CRM activities. So basically views of this table directly in your email. So if this is the part of how you manage your team, you can, for example, every day receive CRM reports directly to your email with the list of all the tasks per salesperson, for example. So every day you know what your sales team was doing, what completed, what is in progress, what requires action, and what is the priority of all the tasks. Next thing that is also handy for the sales head of sales business owner is forecasting and keeping an eye on the track of the sale and tracking all open opportunities. So again, for that we will use opportunities module, but we will change the smart view for pipeline open opportunities. So again, here you can apply different filtering criteria to be able to see data that you need. Here we have just view of all open opportunities, but we would like to filter it somehow and see, for example, what are the business opportunities per person. So you can change for different users. So let's see my colleague Martin, how is he doing with his sales? And you can see probability of each deal. You can see who's the client, what's the expected close date, amount, etc. What else you can see is browsing it per expected close date. So let's say your head of sales is preparing for the meeting with the management, and he or she needs to know directly what is expected until the end of this year. So what we can do here is apply expected close date from beginning of October until the end of December. And here again, you can see the list of all open opportunities expected to be closed still this year. You can see who's the salesperson, again, what's the net amount, what's the probability of the deal. The same we can do, just filtering by probability. So let's say we are interested only in a high probability deals. You can also easily filter them, track them, analyze them, and forecast based on such data. And for tracking and analyzing your performance, your sales team performance, for measuring KPIs, for also forecasting, our reporting module will also be a help. And here, this will be just an example. I have prepared for you 3 reports just as an example. And our reports can be displayed as a table or as a chart. There is a number of default reports. Of course, you can add your new reports. And these are the reports I would like to show you. So for example, opportunities value per salesperson. Let me generate it in a table view. And here you can see expected close date and amount expected each month this year with a summary as well. So this is one of the examples. Next one is when you want to analyze how many open opportunities your salespeople have to see, for example, who's doing how. And this is just a simple list, so salesperson plus number of all open opportunities. So you can see that Maciek is a winner here. No, Marcin is a winner here. He is really good sales. And I'm just an average one. And the last report I would like to show you is monthly sales per salesperson that you can also set. And let me first present the table view. So again, we have a list of teams of our sales team and what was sold by them each month this year. We can also see it on a chart. So we can analyze how it changed, what was the performance, of each team member, compare them, and analyze their work the whole month or for the whole year or per month. And again, as for reports, they can be ordered directly to your mailbox. So I believe as a head of sales, as a business owner, you can be really busy. So you don't have to go into XTRF to check that. XTRF can send you automatically these reports directly to your mailbox. So you have it in one place wherever you are. Okay, let's just check if I have covered everything I wanted to tell you. So yes, head of sales, business owner perspective. I have presented you how you can easily track your sales team activities and CRM, how you can make forecasts and keep an eye on your sales team pipeline in opportunities module, and how you can analyze your sales team performance in the reporting modules. And it's time for questions. So feel free to type your questions. I will be happy to analyze them and answer. Hopefully, I know the answer. So let me mute myself for a moment, and I will ask for your questions, and we will proceed in a moment.
Hello, this is Maciej, the other guy from XTRF team today with the webinar. So I have a nice question to start with. I actually have a nice answer to start with. So Joanna is asking about a widget or a view to track quotes of a certain value, or actually above certain value. So I quickly prepared a view in the quotes browse, and I used a simple filter of total agreed. And let me just fix those other filters. And this will be actually much better if we look at more quotes. So we have quite a crowd of quotes. We have 1,700 quotes. They're of different statuses, different values. Again, this is our sandbox platform, so we keep all of our imaginary quotes in here. And we can filter by total agreed. So this filter can be set to smaller or equal, in between, or equal or larger than. And we can use any currency. So the quick answer to that, Joanna, would be to use a filter like that. And we have now only 29 items out of a total of 1,700. And this can be fixed if you keep the filter very sensitive but very tight only to cover several items, it may be used as a sort of an alert. So actually, you will only see those especially nice, big, juicy quotes from all the others, from among all the others. So I hope that answers your question. Let us read other questions, and we'll be right back with some more answers. All right. I think we'll show one more thing. Caroline is asking for a little more to see on the planning an event. So as I read the other question, I think we can go back to Aleksandra's screen, and we will show you the other screen. And let me read other questions.
I'm already here. Let me again start showing my screen. Okay, planning an event. Again, we can go to CRM. What's important, CRM can also be accessed from a client profile and from a vendor profile. So if you want to plan an event or a task with a certain client, you can do it also from a client profile. I will show it in a moment. So plan event. You can add start date. So let's say we will be having an internal meeting next Monday from 12 to 1, and it will be an internal meeting. Again, I can assign a person responsible. So for example, organizer, I can add a category. Of course, these categories are defined by you. Priority. So again, it will be high priority. It requires action, or let's say is already in progress. And I can add notifications to all people who will be attending this meeting. For 30 minutes before, or I clicked it too fast, so of course it can be changed. And you can add associations. So if this is an internal meeting that will be held to discuss some cooperation with a certain client, you can add association with a client. So let's say this will be internal meeting about the future cooperation with clothing company. You can also add association to a specific quote if you wish, provider, project, invoice, etc. But what interests us most is, of course, client or quote from a sales perspective. And you just save it. So it will be visible, of course, if you, in your list of tasks. It's next Monday, so I'm wondering if I will see it in my tasks for the coming week. Internal meeting, yes, it's already here as an event. And as I said before, it can be also created directly from a client profile. So let me access the clothing company profile. And the CRM is embedded here. So from client profile, you can also directly send email, add memo, register a call, conversation, plan tasks, or plan event. As you can see, this information about the event is also already here in the client profile. So I hope that answers your question, and let us analyze the rest of the questions, and again we will get back to you in a moment.
Okay, back to me. I think I have another good question. So Emily is asking, Emily, you're asking, is there an easy way to generate branded rate cards within XTRF? You're writing, we often get asked for our rates before we get to quotation stage. So XTRF is actually an internal management system. It reaches out to your clients by the means of the client portal or the quote request form. So there are interfaces with, there are ways to interface with the clients, but they don't really. It's not like a showcase, or it's not meant to replace your business website. So it's not really going to show the clients the rates as typically our clients want to keep the rates hidden. It's not that they are kind of a secret, but they don't display to the clients in any way. And so what I'm actually showing a set of different price lists, and a price list in XTRF is like a menu. It's probably what you call rate card. So each of those is for different occasion or different client potentially. Typically, those apply again to individual clients, or they apply on different currencies or different occasions. I can have regular prices versus ASAP prices, or weekend prices, or let's say the beverage company prices versus the software house prices, and so on. And so each of these has potentially a full set of prices, let's say our general prices in euro. And you can see a table that is language combination, job type, the unit and the rate, and then the currency. And this is stored in XTRF. It can be printed out as a CSV table, as a Excel friendly table, but it's nowhere displayed to the client. So if you're good with printing it in Excel and then pasting it into any PDF and then making it like a leaflet or a rate card, then yes, we can help you. But so you can always kind of get the newest rates and the current rates, but it's not going to show or display to the client directly. So I'm afraid yes and no to your question, Emily. And let me take the other question from yeah, you're welcome, Emily. I'm reading out the answers as I speak. And Vitor, you're asking about event planning and any connectivity with Outlook. So there's no per se connectivity with Outlook. What we very often see and advise is an export from the CRM and then import to another software. So typically we would just export the list just like any other list, like any other table, and we would just let it be imported by external software. So there's no one-to-one interface with Outlook. And Caroline, I guess you're so I'm reading that's what I just said. Caroline, thank you for that. Is there a way to import potential lists from another CRM into XTRF? Yeah, that's the other way around, and that's a little easier. We have the import functionality, which actually will take a file like a CSV file or basically a text file with a table, and it will recognize CRM items in our category. So it would be a task, an event, then they would be given a subject or description. So yeah, if you have like a to-do list or a list of your past meetings or future meetings that you plan in Excel, yes, we can accommodate that, and it will be taken into XTRF. So yes to your question, I guess. Let's take a look at other questions. So I'm muting myself again.
Hello again. Thank you very much, Maciej, for your assistance. I think there are no more questions, but of course, feel free to send us your questions if you have any after this webinar directly to my email, which is aleksandra.xtrf@xtrf.eu, or directly to our sales team, sales@xtrf.eu. Of course, if the questions are really technical, we will also consult them with our deployment experts. So thank you very much for your time. I hope to get in touch with you if you have if you have any questions. And I believe this recording from the webinar will be also published. So if you want to rewatch it, just drop me an email and we will be sending you a recording. Thank you very much again. Wish you good afternoon, and hope to hold another webinar for you in some time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.